What it is, ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only T-Style Isaac Kennedy, alias T-Style Ferrigno, alias T-Style Schwarzenegger, alias T-Style Weathers, alias that nigga T-Style. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Cinematic Fanatic. Where do I start, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first off, shout out to all the naysayers out there and all the doubters out there. Thank y'all for making this possible, because without y'all hatred, without y'all negativity, this would not be a success. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate your support. But with that being said, let's get right into it. Today I want to talk about a man that I grew up on, who in my eyes is the true definition of a television star and just an icon, and just him being him. I want to talk about that badass Sherman Hemsley. Now, for y'all don't know, y'all may know Sherman Hemsley from, the Jeffersons and whatnot, but y'all don't know Sherman Hemsley, the cat that grew up in Philadelphia. And the crazy part about it is, like, his iconic strut, the George Jefferson strut shit, he said he got that from growing up in Philly. So, with that being said, he got into the army like most individuals did back then and whatnot. And he got out, he started studying acting. And this is a key note right here, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Majority of actresses start out in theater. So if you start out in theater, therefore, that's just the tool that's going to get you to stardom if you can properly use it, if you catch my drift. Now, with that being said, he went to New York. He acting in a couple of, off-Broadway plays and stuff. And then he started getting on Broadway and whatnot. So he was in, what's that one? Peggy and Best and Peggy or something, whatever and shit. So I'm a little bit drifted, so pardon me. So after that, his agent hit him up about this part, Archie Bunker, All in the Family. So they want him to portray a character named George Jefferson. Now, George Jefferson was supposed to have been, I guess you can hate to whitewash it, the white version of Archie Bunker. But Sherman Hemsley managed to take this character and flip it. So when he did that, the first time you ever saw dude was, I forgot the episode, I think somebody was getting married or whatnot. So Lionel was there because Louise used to work for him or something, and did job for him. So that's how that connected and shit. At the time, George was just a local hustler. He wasn't on the verge of becoming, the moving on up motherfucking shit. So the first episode they paired him up with, so he was matching blow for blow, whatever like that. So some genius decided, they said, hey, let's flip this into a split off and turn it into a whole show. And there's henceforth you got the Jeffersons. Now, many people may remember dude, from, him saying honky and basically just being this all around, just, I guess you said, I don't know how black people can be racist or bigoted, whatever, but that was what he labeled. But if you actually looked at the character, man, the dude was a go-getter. The nigga was fast. Like, he was short, but dude was, if you ever know Sherman Hemsley, man, dude, like, he inspired Michael Jackson. But that's gonna be another story. So I'm talking about, if anybody remember the episode where they had the little party, whatever he was doing, all everything and shit, that's Sherman Hemsley. He's a dancer and a singer, writer. So he did his spin on that, and then of course after that, a lot of people know him from Amen, which came in the 80s, which that's when I saw, that's what I looked at it as, him being the pinnacle of just a television star. Dude had everybody on the show. Dude was funny. He can be mad. He can be sad. I mean, he was all around just entrepreneurial type of Negro and whatnot. So I'm so much of a fan of this man that I remember watching Ghost Fever. Now, anybody remember that movie, Ghost Fever? He just, I watched it just to hear the nigga cuss. Him say bullshit and all everything and shit. So the crazy part, the movie wasn't that bad. Then on top of that, he got gypped out of some money or some production or whatever like that and shit. But anybody go check that movie out, man, just go watch that movie. So that kind of, hurt him because he was trying to branch out, become in movies and whatnot. So that was a big, L. But unfortunately, he bounced back. That's when A-Man came in and what I'm saying, like that. So the genius about the show was that it was a black cast show, but it pushed gospel, Christianity, whatever you want to call it, whatever and stuff. Because Andre Crouch, R.I.P., he wrote, I think he did a lot of the music on there and stuff like that. Because he did do the music. Because I remember an episode of Shantae Garrett, whatever the chick, she wrote Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. She was on that song with Dennis Edwards, Don't Look Any Further. And she's a great artist and songwriter in her true right too. So she was on the show. She killed it. MC Hammer had his ass on there. So it was the show was a success. Then I think around, in the 90s came in and stuff like that. So I think they canceled that and whatnot. So, and after that, though, he was like, that's why I try to tell people, man, like, the huge difference between the television star and the movie star is this right here, simply because of the continuity and just basically being seen on a daily basis. Can you dig what I'm saying? Versus, okay, you go see this person, go to the movies, see him for 10, 12 bucks, whatever like that. Then, but of course now with streaming and shit like that, so that flipped the whole game and shit like that. So Sherman Hemsley was iconic. I mean, come on, man. Who don't know Sherman Hemsley? You gotta give that man his flowers. So after that, he was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters. He was on Martin, Living Single. Just basic, man. He was everywhere, man. Like he was in a few. I think he was in Sprung. Then he was in that movie with Dave Chappelle, them in there, and Norm Macdonald. I can't think of the movie, whatever. It had Dave Chappelle and nigga. Dave Chappelle had clocked this nigga with a lava lamp and shit. But you gotta go check the movie out. So then he did the little reality thing and whatnot like that. So I think he passed away. I think he passed away in Texas. But I'll give you more detail on that. But in terms of him just influencing me, man, like just to watch Sherman Hemsley, man, just is magic within itself. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to cut this short. Got to go run some errands and whatnot. But this has been another addition to the Cinematic Fanatic series with your host, the creator himself, TSTYLE Isaac Kennedy. And I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out.